Welcome back to the shop. So today we're going to take a look at a new tool from Klein Tools. Well, fairly new, not brand spanking new, but it's a USB rechargeable flashlight that happens to have a laser beam that it has. So kind of handy for, if you're in a meeting with somebody or whatever on the job site and you're trying to point out stuff up in the ceiling or clarify things, elsewhere on the job site. Kind of handy for that sort of thing. We'll see. It's not a killer bright laser, which I realize, you can't get overly crazy with due to, lasers being harmful if you look at them. So that being said, don't look at the laser and, avert your eyes a little bit, and we'll, there we go. You can see the laser. You get the idea. So this thing overall, it's all aluminum, which is nice. It has a fairly robust belt clip or pocket clip or whatever you want to call there. This is all very nice knurling on here. So here you have your rare earth magnet here. Very strong there, and should hold it very well if you're using it for, like, if you're in a panel or something like that, you want to stick it in place, it should stay. That's a nice feature. Here's your charging port. That's what this looks like here. It's a micro USB charging port. We'll take a look at that then. Your buttons are pretty simple. You have on, dim, off, and laser. The laser you have to hold down in order to get it to function. It does not stay on. Now, as far as the light goes, you can also focus the light with this slightly turnable piece here. And maybe we'll take the light meter out and see what kind of difference that gets us when we work with it. So it's basically turns from more of a flood into more of a spot. And you can see that difference right there. So that's some of what we see with the LEDs, is the LEDs generally are more of a flood, but now they have some sort of lens in here that gets you that spot. So we'll probably see more of a halogen-esque performance from this. Overall, seems to be very well made. Very solid. Can't really feel it wiggle much. The only thing that really wiggles is this reflector tip here, but that's to be expected because it turns. So let's check with this USB thing here first. And we happen to have our USB charger set up here, right there, and we have our USB meter. So let's get everything going here and see what we got. So we can see it's charging, it's blinking red, and we can see we have about a half amp going out right now, and we'll just let that go and see if it turns green. I believe it does when it's charged, but we'll be back in a second after this is charged. It shouldn't take long because it's just about there. Okay, so this thing's going to charge for a while, so I think we'll just take it off. One nice thing that we can see is that we can see how much current's going into the battery so far with this meter, which is pretty cool. You can keep track of all that. And the battery indicator on this is down 1 bar because we've been charging for a while. So we'll take this out. This will go solid green when it's fully charged, but it's going to take us a little while to get there. It says it takes 6 hours, possibly from all the way down. I thought this was charged, but maybe it wasn't. Anyway, from here, we can put our light meter out here, and let's see what we get. Now, we have been playing around with this a little bit, and I think we're going to see something different here than what we had been. So that overloads that range. And right on top, right there, so that test that we were doing before, there's your floodlight effect, and you're getting about 480 or so foot candles. Now if we focus this into more of a beam and get that right like that, you can see we're getting more around the 1400 range or so. Very similar, 1400 to 1500. Very similar, if not brighter, than what we were getting with the halogen light when we tested that in the other video. So that's the interesting thing. Right up on top, let's change the range again. Right up on top, it's about 30,000 or so, and then will it change? It actually overloads the highest scale when we go down. So there is loss. Close up, that's interesting. The floodlight gives off more light than the spotlight does up close. Must have something to do with the way the lens is reflecting the light. So that's very fascinating. Either way, very good performance out of this light. You can see the chip inside there, and then when I change the focal length there, obviously, due to the lens, it gets bigger. So, I do not think the laser is going to really register in our light meter, so we're not going to even really play around with that. But overall impressions, I'd say this light is, it's handy. If you're going to be doing stuff that you need to point things out, meetings, what have you, this is a good tool to have. It's also a damn good flashlight. I mean, if you're gonna be on a job and need a good light, because this is with the spotlight function, you can really also use the spotlight as a pointer. And using the spotlight as a pointer on a job is very handy, because it's almost better than the laser, because you can show an area and illuminate what you're trying to point out. So overall, I'd say this is a very great flashlight to have on the job, that you can be a little bit more clear with people what everybody's talking about, and even inspections or looking at stuff. I mean, the variable focal point of the lens is very handy. So I think this will be a great tool to have. It's anodized aluminum. It should hold up very well, keep its colors, and the USB charge is very handy to have. I don't know what cells are in here, but I would guess a 21700 cell. Just by the length of it, it's probably beyond an 18650. So, all that being said, I like it. If any of you guys have it, let me know in the comments what you guys found about it. If you like it, if something broke, or anything like that, let me know. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.